分かってないのね。人間は星空を掌握する欲望を隠さない。もちろん私もね。
Yo, what is up guys, Shogataro here, and I thought about not making this guide initially, but I think this could help a lot of individuals out there who didn't manage to get any of the characters that they are trying to pull. Well, specifically for me, when I was trying to pull for Sela, I kinda got spooked, you know, or I lost the 50-50, and instead, if you guys watched the first video, I gotten Himeko instead. Initially, I was kind of salty that I didn't get Sela, since that was the character that I was trying to aim for, but it is what it is, and I do have some time to play with her, most likely a day plus. So I thought it's better for me to go through what are some of her strengths and as well as what are some of her weaknesses, especially when I'm using her. So I'm just gonna straight flat out say Himeko is a fire DPS. She's from the erudition pathway, or aka it's basically the AoE pathway. So basically she excels in killing basically large amount of mobs. So the first things first, stats wise I can't say much because I don't have a way to see her max stats. I don't believe so, but I need to check a little bit more. But the only stats that I know that will stay the same is speed. Speed wise, 104, not the fastest, not the slowest. It's like March 7 is faster. And I think the other faster one is Danhei, and I think there are a couple more, like Pella was pretty fast. So yeah, she's not the fastest, not really the slowest. So after that, let's talk about some of her skills. So her basic attack is a very easy level, it's a very flat out normal basic attack which deals fire damage to a single enemy. That is 50% of her attack. And then we talk about her actual active skill. So the skill costs 1 skill point, and what it basically does is it deals a fire damage to a single target, and those adjacent will get damage as well. I believe the scaling was I think it was 140, like 100% to the single target and 40 to the those beside. So it functions more like a cleave kind of ability, but not really. But you know, it's something similar to the MC's home run, you know. Okay, but that's enough. So let's talk about her talents or her passive. So her passive is one of the most unique one, I would say, and especially because of this passive, it actually enables her to be a cleaver, a farmer, or it depends on what you want to say, you know, an AoE, you know. But you know, I just say that she's more like an amazing farmer, especially if you're against those kind of monsters, those kind of waves that have fire weaknesses. She actually does really a lot of damage and really can kill people and can dish out a lot of damage multiple times. So what does Victory Rush do? So basically Victory Rush, it basically whenever an enemy is inflicted with a weakness break, or basically when we break their shield bar, Himeko will gain 1 point of charge. Himeko has a total max charge of 3 points. So whenever an ally already performed an attack after the weakness break, Himeko will then follow up with an attack that deals fire damage equals to about 70% on level 1, but the thing is it deals to all enemies, consuming all charge points. And it just says at the beginning of the battle, Himeko will gain 1 charge. This is insane. So the moment basically Himeko starts with 1 charge, or you can say pointer, and whenever someone does a break, maybe Himeko herself or maybe another ally, she will gain another one, and then after that they break another one, she will gain yet another one. The moment she has 3 charges, she will then perform an AoE attack. Do note, if this AoE attack breaks the mobs or any of the monsters shield bar, it will add on to their charge point, because Victory Rush uses 3. So if she actually breaks 2, she get an additional 2 charge point, making her an insane farmer. Like one of the, when I was using her on the EXP farm nodes, she just wipes them out without me doing anything. She is just that strong, really that strong. Maybe it's just because the waves are kind of weak right now, but I can see that if you are going on waves that have fire, man, let me tell you, the moment you break them with Himeko, she's gonna dish out so much damage. Right, enough about that. So I'm just going to talk about her techniques, basically her active skill or the overworld skill, if you will say. It's called Impaired. After using a technique, creates a dimension that lasts for 15 seconds. After entering battle with enemies in the dimension, there is a 100% base chance to increase fire damage taken by enemies by 10% for 2 turns. Only one dimension exists. So this one is a little bit unique. So it basically means that, oh, I can't show it here, but basically when you use it, there'll be a circle around here. I'm just going to put a video over there.
燃やし尽くせ燃やし尽くせ
Okay, so you see it. So it basically functions like a circle, and when you engage a battle in that circle, all the enemies there will have they will take 10% more fire damage. Pretty good, you know. She does way more. She really dish out a little bit more damage. Now her ultimate. It's a very simple ultimate, but it fits in quite a lot of things that we need. So firstly first, it is an AoE. It costs 120 energy. So basically it deals fire damage, about 140% at level 1. And then she basically, if she kills an enemy, she regenerates 5% extra energy for each enemy defeated. So if she actually pump out the heaven, or you use an ultimate on a stack of 5 wave, you're basically getting back 25% of your energy. That is a lot. I'm telling you, that is a lot, especially how much damage she can hit out, especially each break. She gets victory rush, she uses a skill. You'll be surprised how fast she can get her energy back. I'm not joking. She does a lot. So, alright. So that's basically her normal skills or stats, you would say. So the next one we are basically gonna go on, I believe, are the traces. So basically, so I'm gonna quickly go through her Eidolons, because those are for those whales. If you're planning to think that should, you know, if I get like 6 copies of her, how is she? I looked through all of them. In layman terms, she is really basically more of a cleaver, a farmer, I don't know, a looper, if for those FGO terms. So basically the first skill is, right after you use Victory Rush, Himeko speed gets additional 20%. It's an unstackable, it is basically 1 stack. That's it. So that's good, you know, more speed is always good. Speed is king. Second Eidolon is Convergence. Himeko deals 15% more damage to enemies whose HP percentage is 50 or less. Again, it is more of a damage centric kind of Eidolon. Fits a cleave style because she does a lot of AoE damage. So a little bit more damage to her AoE capabilities is always good. Poise, you know, it's basically the skill up +2 and maximum, and increase your skill maximum cap to a 15, basically like +1. That's the basic, like how Genshin works. For her fourth Eidolon, Dedication, basically whenever Himeko's skill inflicts weakness break, or basically break the enemy's bar or shield bar, she will gain an extra point of charge. So instead of getting 1 point, she'll get 2. So meaning to say that you start the round with 1 charge. If Himeko goes first and she instantly breaks, she will instantly use the Victory Rush. And if, okay, do not it mention Himeko's skill, so meaning to say it is only limited to her skill. You might be thinking, okay, if it's not limited to her skill, if Himeko's Victory Rush breaks 2, I basically gets to use Victory Rush again. It doesn't work that way. Initially I thought, but the wording here is pretty direct. It says only skill, not attacks, not talents, not ultimate. The number 5, the Eidolon number 5 is Aspiration. Again, this is the basic. It basically gives you ultimate level +2 and a maximum of up to a maximum level 15 and talent +2, you know. And let's talk about her last Eidolon, Trailblaze. So basically Trailblaze, basically it enables the ultimate to deal 2 more extra times, which each of them deals 40% of the original damage to a random enemy. So it's an AoE flat and 2 more extra times individually. So what I can say from the Eidolon, is it really broken from first glance? Not really. She is surprisingly well balanced. She basically functions as a cleaver or an AoEer, and all her Eidolon basically enables her to basically dish out more damage. And I think that's what we are trying to look for whenever you're trying to look for an AoE. You don't want to have an AoE that you know, like a jack of all trades. If you want to AoE someone, make sure all her stats or skills contribute to what she's gonna do good or best at. So overall, I say that she is a pretty fun unit to play around. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since I gotten her, I've been using her for farming only. And but one downside, I would say, I want to say one downside. I'm like getting ahead of myself. But one downside I can say about her is that she really doesn't do much if you can't break anyone. Number one, you cannot break any of the enemies. Number two, she is fighting against an enemy that doesn't have a weakness. She just does so little damage. No joke that my level 40 Himeko, you know, my level 30 MC does way more damage than Himeko. So that's how bad she is. For tracers wise, okay, I would say the best in slot currently I can see is definitely her own particular tracers. So what do I mean by her own tracers? It's this one over here, the Knight on the Milky Way, that you can buy from the store. So basically what does it do is, it's basically for every enemy on the field, increases the attack, the wearer attack by 9% up to 5 stacks. When an enemy is inflicted with weakness break, the damage dealt by the wearer is increased by an additional 30% for a single turn. So this basically basically it works extremely well with her. If you don't want to use this, 4 stars wise, I'm not really sure, but the one that I'm digging the most right now, or liking the most, is the data bank. So data bank is for the AoE or the erudition. So I managed to superimpose it to 5 because I did summon quite a bit. And basically what it does is it increases the wearer's ultimate damage by 56%. So this is extremely good because it kind of goes into her kit as well. Her kit, for her ultimate kit, basically lets us get more energy. We get to replenish more energy. So if our AoE does more damage, it will kill things more. And if it kills things more, we get more energy, and the loop makes it much easier for her just to loop her ultimate. Stat wise, I can't really say so much, but I would say ideally for any particular, because we can't really like farm relics and whatnot yet, since we are all pretty much in the early game. If it was me, definitely crit rate, crit damage is the king of all stats, followed by most likely an attack, and then after that most likely speed. Again, we do have a little bit more stats in depth here, like there are fire damage boosts. So if we can get a fire damage boost, definitely it'll be a fire damage boost over attack first. So crit rate, crit damage, fire damage boost, speed or attack, depending on how you want to play. So the stats breakdown is gonna be a little bit tricky, I would say, but definitely I would say crit rate, crit damage. That's the king, you can never go wrong. And for early game, speed is always good, and just go with fire damage bonus or just go with attack. So I guess I have rambled quite long enough, especially on my thoughts on Himeko. Again, I'm just gonna strongly emphasize again, this is just a first impression. This is a quick guide. Don't take this as the know-it-all that you need to build like this, because again, this game has just been released not even more than 3 days. Everyone is still experimenting and everyone is still sharing their thoughts. There's a lot of things going in Reddit. You know, you might have your own Discord channel with your favorite. You might be in a Discord channel with your other favorite YouTubers. You know, they might have other things. But again, this is a very early. We are all at a very early stage, and I thought about sharing this to help other players that pull her, how to really use her, or at least give her a better idea how she works. So I'll end things off with the footage. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Please leave a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
うちのとっておきを食らえ。逃がさないわ。人間は星空を掌握する欲望を隠さない。私もよ。逃がさないわ。人間は星空を掌握する欲望を隠さない。私もよ。いや。 うちのとっておきをくらえ。人間は星空を掌握する欲望を隠さない。私もよ。逃がさないわ。人間は星空を掌握する欲望を隠さない。私もよ。うちのとっておきをくらえ。逃がさないわ。